Topher Young here with Worst Paranormal and worstparanormal.com, and today I wanted to talk about paranormal unity and why Worst Paranormal myself does not support it, and the reasons why. Paranormal unity is a definition and a term used quite often in the paranormal that honestly the supporters of it don't even are in full agreement with what it stands for. So one of the reasons, that's just one of the many reasons honestly why I don't really support it, but paranormal unity is often used as a scapegoat. It's a scapegoat from being questioned or challenged or offered explanation for the evidence that is posted, and that is not what unity really is. Unity, by definition, Webster's defines unity as the state of being in full agreement or a condition of harmony. Unfortunately, the paranormal community is anything but those things. So we have various different belief systems, various different ideologies, various different methods, various different, focuses. And, you got different groups that do different things. Their focus is, many groups, their focus is being on TV or being the next big paranormal research group or being, the next big radio show or shock jocks or whatever it is they want to be. So their focus is not necessarily research. It's just being well known. They buy likes. They go from page to page, spamming them, saying we support you without ever reading the page for one. They just post their blanketed statement and ask for likes and beg for likes and things like that. That is not unity for one. Then you have, level-headed groups that, seem to have a better understanding of basic things like photography and stuff like that, and but their methods are a little off, and some of the evidence they believe in is a little off. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad. They're very teachable. So you have those groups. Those are the ones I actually enjoy talking to because they're capable of learning. They're willing to be educated, and they're groups I end up respecting a lot more. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're great. They have a lot to learn. They might be new. They might be, in the process of beginning their transition from being, a full-on believer to opening up their little skepticism and their open-mindedness, becoming more open-minded. Then you have other groups that are full-on unity supporters. Now, the majority of these teams I tend to hide behind the term unity and paranormal unity. It should be about love and light and all being, singing Kumbaya, or not hiding behind the term in order not to be challenged or have their evidence explained, things like that. Then you have, skeptics and groups like mine that challenge and claims and try to challenge basically everyone, including themselves, and be open and discuss, the paranormal from a very wide open and open-minded standpoint. But unfortunately, groups like mine and other groups similar to that are often seen as hate groups or bullies or haters, simply because we challenge those claims. However, that being said, we are not in full agreement. The paranormal community is not in full agreement. The paranormal unity, what it should be. If I was to agree with paranormal unity, I would agree with if the common goal was to improve the paranormal community in some way. That's not the goal. Unfortunately for most unity supporters, theirs is to be friendly and to just accept openly what they post without question, and to like our page so we like yours. That, to most of these groups, is what paranormal unity is. Paranormal unity should be about a common goal to improve the paranormal community, and that's through improvement of research, improvement of methods, improvement of our evidence, as well as education and understanding of the equipment and the natural world. I realize for most groups, saying those things becomes very, very scary, because those teams don't want to do that. They don't want to be questioned. That requires, in order to do those things, it requires for teams like mine to openly discuss and debate. Worst Paranormal began as a group that basically, I was an asshole in the beginning. I gave up on the paranormal community as a whole. It was created out of frustration. That's why it's called Worst Paranormal now. I can't really change it. I don't feel like revamping and redoing everything just to appease a new focus with the paranormal. But Worst Paranormal was created out of frustration. For years, I offered explanations for photographs, for evidence that was posted online in a very logical, rational, and professional way. Doing that for a couple of years and being told by Unity supporters, mind you, that I'm a hater, I don't believe in the paranormal, and I have no right to offer an explanation, and being blocked and banned. That ended up being very frustrating after a while, because these are the same people that are saying, hey, I'm sharing this image, what do you think? Those same teams that are asking for opinions and explanations, not necessarily explanations, I don't want to say explanation because half the time they're not looking for an explanation. They're looking for likes, they're looking for oohs and ahs. What they want, they're saying, they post this photo and say, what is your opinion? They're not really looking for an opinion either. What they're looking for is your support and your, hey, good job, pat on the back. I would have never given them to them. If I saw an image that was explained, I would offer an explanation. I would even offer a way for me to validate and verify that. It never happened. I was blocked, banned, claimed to be a hater, a bully, amongst many other things. So Worst Paranormal eventually became about to start posting and openly challenging those teams so that way they could no longer block and ban me. My idea was to openly discuss the evidence being posted publicly and to discuss it openly and publicly without fear of that person going off, blocking you, and erasing any records of a natural and logical explanation. The general public, as well as the paranormal community, needs to have a better understanding of what the paranormal really is about, which is honestly not really known. But the evidence that's being shown, and evidence that's being portrayed, and evidence that's being presented, a lot of it is really explainable. What I want to be able to see the evidence that is not explained, and done so in a way that cannot be argued, or very minimally argued, without really nitpicking it. Doesn't necessarily mean that that evidence is going to substantiate the paranormal, or that it exists, or ghosts exist, or demons exist. No, but it leaves things open more for interpretation. It leaves things more open to investigate and research a little bit more. So, Worst Paranormal started out as a frustrated attempt at talking and discussing paranormal claims. And, the first website that I built on it openly challenged a lot of teams. Over the course of time, I was able to, line up with people that, I began to really respect. And, the paranormal research community needs those kinds of people to, be skeptical, to be able to discuss things without being blocked and banned. And that is basically what Worst Paranormal is becoming. It's divided into three factions. You have the sorry, I started losing my train of thought. It's divided into three factions. You have the peer review side, which is for everyone. I want people to feel comfortable posting their teams and pages on the website and get legitimate critical feedback. There are some people on there that do offer really good constructive criticism, and there are obviously people that just, they say whatever comes to mind. A lot of people are very frustrated on that page too. So I don't block, I don't ban people unless you legitimately spam the page. So everyone's open to communicate and discuss their opinions on there. Then you have the challenges, the open challenges. The open challenges are for claims and statements that are being made on public websites, Facebook pages, things like that, some sort of online presence that is making a legitimate, trying to make a legitimate claim about the paranormal, and it's being challenged to be proven. And those challenges are not to be proven to me. It's to be proven to one of the two groups that are posted, or any scientific research group that is in agreement, that the page as well as myself would be in agreement that would be okay of your choosing. Then you have the hoaxes, the scams, and the warning side of things. that's kind of saved for really the worst people that I find in the paranormal community, from people that are known scam artists to people that just lie and deceive and slander and try to really cause harm to people. And the teams that post fake evidence and are proven to do that, those all get posted on there, and they have no chance of ever being removed from there. It's just more of a general warning to the paranormal community as a whole. But when it comes to paranormal unity, I don't fully support it at all. You know, do I believe that it's possible? I probably have a better chance of becoming a Christian than I do thinking that paranormal unity is something that's going to be a legitimized thing and would actually better the community. And both of which are very unlikely. So, whereas paranormal does not support paranormal unity, I do not support paranormal unity until the paranormal community can be in full agreement that paranormal unity should be about improvement of the paranormal, paranormal research through understanding, again, the equipment that we're using, understanding the natural world, improving the research methods, and providing better quality data for what you're doing out there. No more orbs. If you still believe in orbs to this day, and you claim to be a paranormal researcher, you deserve everything you get on my page, to be honest. So until you can provide some sort of valid scientific evidence that shows that your orbs are different than everyone else's instead of just claiming that they are, you'll be posted on there. If you post mist and claim it's the devil himself, and there's clearly snow on the ground, and the most logical, rational explanation is breath, you get everything you deserve. Because if you're not going to listen to reason and logic, and then you create lies and slander and death threats, among other things, I have no sympathy, no pity for you whatsoever. We can be assholes on the page. I know. I'm trying not to make this video too long either. We can be assholes on the page. We can be rude. We can be abrasive. And we can be in your face. Doesn't mean that we're not necessary. Do I feel that my page is important? Sure, absolutely. I feel it's very important to have a skeptical approach to the paranormal community. There's other people that do the same thing that I do, and I fully support them. We need teams, or not teams, we need people like Kenny Biddle. It's a guy I greatly respect. The guy makes me laugh. Like, some of the stuff he posts makes me laugh. Sharon Hill, and she runs a skeptical page. I really admire her, a lot of things that she posts. And you know, those are people I kind of respect along the way. And you know, skeptics, true skeptics, and atheists. And I follow a lot more of the scientific side of things. And I love to research and read and study new things. Unfortunately, I don't really read a lot of the paranormal books by paranormal authors because I find a lot of it bullshit. I used to buy a lot of books. I probably even have some over here from some of the old books I used to collect when I was naive and young in the paranormal, like Hans Holzer, which I don't fully agree with anymore. In fact, I don't agree with it at all. I even have a book by Lorraine Warren. It was actually signed. I still have it. Yeah. It's right here. Nope, wrong one. That's FBI. Handbook. Demonologist. An old book. Even signed from Lorraine Warren herself. Do I agree with everything she does? No, not at all. In fact, I find a lot of the stuff that she's done probably is I'm in complete disagreement with. Doesn't mean I can't have respect and admire certain people, but you know, I don't really have any opinion of Lorraine Warren anymore. I worked with her. I think she's a sweet old lady. I don't know anything really about, you know, the case that she was on, other than that they're hyped. They're TV shows, movies, things about them now, and having that experience in there, I know a lot of it can be embellished. So therefore, I don't put a lot of credence into what the claims being made and the evidence that's being posted, because a lot of the stuff that was posted back then, it's ridiculous. Anyways, moving on. I don't support paranormal unity. I never will until paranormal community itself can be in full agreement that the paranormal community should be, or paranormal unity should be about the improvement of the paranormal community. That's it. So if you're a Paranormal Unity supporter and you're posted on our page to prove your claims and prove your evidence, you can't hide behind Paranormal Unity. You can't claim that we're a hate group because we're challenging your evidence. You can't call us bullies because we're offering explanations to you. And the nice thing is you no longer have the ability to block and ban us on my page, because that's what it's there for, to allow the paranormal community to openly discuss your evidence, whether or not you want to discuss it or not. So if you have anything else to pose that's going to be legitimate and worthwhile, that would prove your claims, please, by all means do so. I welcome it. Until then, you're going to be openly challenged to prove your claims. So once again, this is Topher Young with Worst Paranormal, worstparanormal.com, and I'll see you guys later. I'll talk to you hopefully soon.